Hello, how are you? Today I want to talk to you who wake up at 3, 4, or 5 in the morning and then can't get back to sleep. Or even if you do fall asleep again, it's a very restless, broken sleep, you can't rest, and you end up feeling very tired the next day. Why is this happening to you? I'm going to talk about the main causes of waking up in the middle of the night and what you can do to prevent this from happening, so you can have a better night's sleep and perform better in your daily life. You'll love this video, stay to the end so you don't miss it. If you love tips on nutrition, health, and fitness, you're going to love this channel, so make sure to subscribe. Remember to turn on the notification bell to get updates, because I post new videos every day and I know you won't want to miss them. If you're watching this video late at night, let me know in the comments what time you're watching, because I've noticed something interesting in my videos about sleep, insomnia, how to improve sleep, and the best and worst foods. There's a sleep playlist here. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I'll leave it down below in the description. I find it really curious because when I go check the comments on older videos, there's always someone saying they're watching the video at 4 a.m. So tell me what time it is right now as you're watching this video, because I'd love to know. It'll help me see what time you usually watch so I can help you even more with this. If you like this topic, nutrition, sleep, how to improve your sleep, how to be more productive, how to improve your sleep so you can perform better in your daily life, like this video so I know you enjoyed it, and I'll make more videos like this for you. Waking up in the middle of the night is one of the most frustrating things for people, because sometimes someone managed to go to bed relatively early, fell asleep pretty quickly, but then wakes up in the middle of the night. And after waking up, some people manage to fall back asleep relatively quickly, while others just can't get back to sleep. It feels like their brain switches on, starts thinking about a bunch of things, and then they really can't sleep. Sometimes it's worries about bills to pay, concerns about their children, stress about work, thinking about problems to solve. This is the worst time of day for that to happen. And there are people who keep falling asleep and waking up repeatedly with fragmented sleep, and it starts to feel desperate. There are only 3 hours left before you have to get up, then only 2 hours left, and eventually you just give up and decide to get up at that time anyway. When it's time to wake up, the alarm goes off and you don't want to get up because you've just managed to fall back asleep. So I'm going to tell you why this happens to so many people and what you can do to try to minimize it and actually get a good night's sleep. These causes can be behavioral, related to lifestyle, but they can also be connected to foods or drinks you consume, which may harm you and make you wake up more often. One of the most frequent causes nowadays is related to circadian rhythm disorders. The word circadian comes from Latin and means about a day, so it's connected to our hormonal secretion. During the day, we have a more or less set schedule for secreting certain hormones. For example, in the morning, we secrete more cortisol, which is pretty standard. At night, we secrete more melatonin, which is related to relaxing our body. The secretion of melatonin is closely linked to the amount of light we receive through our eyes. So, naturally, as the daylight decreases, as evening approaches and night falls, the tendency is for people to have an increase in melatonin secretion so that their bodies start to enter a calmer rhythm, making it easier for them to feel sleepy. But nowadays, people are swapping day for night, and it's not just about having a brightly lit house. These modern conveniences also have this negative effect. Sometimes it's the television. People sleep with the TV on in the bedroom all the time. Even worse is the cell phone, with that blue light shining into your eyes, signaling that it's not time to produce melatonin yet. This changes your hormonal secretion, can alter your circadian rhythm, and can even cause you to wake up during the night. Your body doesn't really know what time you went to sleep. It behaves as if you went to sleep in the afternoon and doesn't allow you to have deep sleep, making you wake up more easily. So this can interfere with the number of hours you're actually able to stay asleep. This is an important point, so avoid using your cell phone 2 hours before going to bed to start improving this. If you have that blue light filter, use it on your phone. It will help you. Take the TV out of your bedroom, keep it turned off as much as possible, and remember to start dimming the lights in your house, keeping things more in the dark at night. You don't need to keep everything turned off, but turn on a lamp or a light from an indirect room so that only a reflected light is on without having everything lit up at night, because that can also be harming your sleep. Another thing that really disrupts people from having a full night's sleep of 7 or 8 consecutive hours is having to get up to pee. That is, when your bladder is already full of urine because you tried to make up for the water you didn't drink during the day. A lot of people are like this. They get caught up in the rush of daily life, don't drink much water, and when they get home from work, they want to drink a lot of water to make up for it. But this is actually the worst time for you to consume a lot of liquid, because in fact, your body will process it, your kidneys will filter that urine, it will accumulate in your bladder, and maybe you won't feel it right after you drink it, because it takes some time for that to happen. So sometimes you pee before going to bed, but that extra liquid is still circulating in your body, so it will still be filtered by your kidneys and will start to fill up your bladder, and then in the middle of the night, you wake up. And what happens with many people, and I think this is the worst problem, is that they wake up, pee, and drink a little water. Soon after, they feel like peeing again. So, don't drink water in the middle of the night. If you feel very thirsty, just wet your mouth, moisten your mouth, but don't drink water, because the more water you drink, the more you'll keep stimulating this filtration by the kidneys, your bladder will fill up more, and in a few hours, you'll wake up again. Limit the amount of liquids you drink after 7 or 8 p.m. Limit it as much as possible to avoid waking up at night to go to the bathroom. There are some people who specifically have sleep disorders. In particular, some people have sleep apnea, while others have issues related to night terrors or recurring nightmares. And this can sometimes be related to some medication that they are taking. So, if you started taking any medication and your sleep started to get worse, always remember to talk to your doctor, because they will help you find an alternative in this regard, to try to help you, but never stop taking medication on your own. And in the case of sleep apnea, that's your body's survival maneuver. Sleep apnea is directly related to the lack of breathing during sleep. Many times you don't even realize that you weren't able to breathe, and then your body wakes you up so you can change position and have that reflex to inhale. In some cases, apnea is closely related to people who are overweight. So it's very important that you follow up with a doctor if you suspect you have apnea. If you wake up a lot, if you snore a lot, it could be related to apnea. It's extremely important that you talk to your doctor, because apnea can also be related to heart problems and more serious issues in the medium and long term, so it's not something you should ignore. Seek information and see a specialist to help you. Another issue that really affects people nowadays is extreme anxiety and a general lack of calmness. People are sometimes living at such a frantic pace in their daily lives. They wake up and immediately start getting their child ready for school, or they jump straight into getting some work done, catch the bus, drive the car, take the subway, head to work, all while worried and restless, and even at work, they're thinking about the things they have to do at home. Your mind is never really in the present moment. You're always worried, always trying to solve everyday problems. There's never any time left for you to exercise. Sometimes not even enough time to eat well, no time to meditate, pray, or do whatever it is that helps you center yourself. You live in a very agitated, very stressed state. When it's time to sleep, you don't even prepare yourself for it. You just lie down in bed and pass out because you're so exhausted. But your mind is still there, very restless, still working. Our sleep has cycles, so it's natural for you to have micro awakenings, which sometimes we don't even notice. So you come out a bit from that deep sleep, and your mind is already very agitated, very anxious, so it wants you to solve those problems. Then you wake up and start thinking about things, feeling worried, afraid, nervous, stressed, and that's when you really can't sleep. So try to improve your anxiety and stress levels. I know that nowadays things are very complicated for many people. First came the pandemic, then the crisis. A lot of people lost their jobs, many marriages ended, many people are worried about the future. There's a lot going on. But remember to try practicing good sleep hygiene before you go to bed. You can take a relaxing shower, you can meditate, you can pray, you can focus on your breathing. All of this can help you. Remember that I have videos here on the channel talking more about breathing, about how to sleep better, and the playlist I've already mentioned to you. All of this will help you feel less anxious at night. And remember, if you've been having a lot of anxiety attacks, if you've been feeling very worried or very nervous, seek out a psychologist or a psychiatrist to help you as well. Another issue that greatly disrupts people's sleep is pain. Sometimes you've had recurring pain for so long that you get used to it. It could be neck pain, lower back pain, a headache, knee pain, or pain somewhere in your body that in your daily life you manage to deal with. Because your body is warm, you're caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life and work. But when you lie down and stay in the same position for a longer time, your body starts to feel that inflammation, that pain more intensely, and you end up waking up. So remember that I have a playlist here on the channel about anti-inflammatory diets to help you reduce inflammation in your body. We know that low-grade chronic inflammation encourages episodes of pain, tension, and tighter muscles. So reducing this inflammation can be good for your body and even for your sleep. Also remember that I have videos here talking more about how to improve joint pain. There's a playlist about joints, and I'll leave everything down below in the description for you. It's also important to mention that some other health conditions can lead to poorer sleep. In the case of diabetes, a person with uncontrolled diabetes may sleep worse, even because they have to get up frequently to urinate. In the case of people with heart problems, sometimes discomfort, difficulty breathing, or some chest pressure can often make you wake up more often in order to feel a bit better. People with endocrine problems, such as thyroid issues, may have a very accelerated metabolism, which can cause restlessness and make the person wake up. So, if you used to live very well, slept very well, are not feeling more anxious, don't have these related issues, but have started waking up a lot during the night, remember that this could unfortunately be related to a health problem. So, it's important that you see a doctor. Sleep is a fundamental part of our day. It's very important for our immunity, our memory, our longevity, and our mental hygiene. So it's important that we sleep at least 7 hours a night to maintain good health. If you have been waking up a lot during the night, it's important that you see your doctor in your city so they can try to find out if there's an underlying cause that you might have, so you can get treated and improve this. I'm going to give you some tips on what you can try to do in your daily routine to help with waking up during the night. So, the first thing is to avoid alcoholic beverages. They might help you fall asleep and relax at first, but later on, they will make your sleep lower in quality, increasing the chances of waking up during the night. Caffeine can also have this same effect depending on your sensitivity. So in the case of caffeine, you should assess it individually, but alcohol is definitely always harmful. Take care of your environment. A quieter bedroom with a comfortable, controlled temperature, no flashing or flickering lights, and no noise. This will also help you a lot with your sleep. Avoid eating very heavy meals before going to bed, because this can disrupt your digestive system, causing reflux or heartburn, which also worsens your sleep. In addition, it's important you try to relax before going to sleep. As I mentioned, breathe, meditate, think about good things. All of this will help you. I have many videos here on the channel with more tips, including about food, juices, and teas that can help you. I'll leave them down below in the description. Tell me down below then, how many consecutive hours per day you're able to sleep. Do you wake up a lot during the night, or are you lucky enough to have a peaceful, uninterrupted night's sleep? I'd love to see your comment. Remember to like the video, because that helps me a lot. And if you know someone who needs this information, make sure it reaches them. Share this video. Help me help more people, because that's what I want to do here with the channel. See you next time. Bye.